Well, friends, quickly update. We are about to jump in on a call with a new lead for a potential project. It's actually a super cool product. So yeah, I'm really excited about that. It will also be really nice if we get this job. So we actually have 2 jobs running at the same time. And the other one, as it's supposed to end in mid-February, it means that we will be still busy. So yeah, let's see what they want. And after the call, maybe we can talk a little bit about that, how we approach calls and meetings. But honestly, this call is a little bit like freestyle because we haven't received any feedback. It's more to touch base and get to know each other. So yeah, let's see how it goes. See you in a bit. Hello, I'm Gonzalo and this with us is Clem. He's helping me with the production. We are doing the music, try to go against anything that feels like super cinematic trailer or whatever. So, well, obviously the ones that we usually work with, we work with them because they really know how to read our style. A square format, so maybe you can cut for all the different like social media, all that stuff, or there's still plenty of time. Right now, let's see. Obviously, if we start to slow down the process, the next steps will receive the brief, and in the meantime, maybe we can give you a ballpark estimate of. We'll probably put down like some prices and also some examples. We really like the brand, so checking the Instagram feed and the way you communicate the brand really feels aligned with what we do. So we are really looking forward to see how we can make it happen. Yeah, perfect. Sounds good. Thanks so much for your time. Really nice to meet you. Let's speak soon. Bye bye. There's not a lot of knowledge to get from this one because it's more about meet and see what the project is about. We got some nice information. We are going to be waiting for a formal brief with some more details because right now they have like a big idea of what they want, but that's not enough for us to make a proper budget. What we suggested to make is like give a rough ballpark estimate with different routes and packages. We can show them that we really want to work with them, which is obviously what we want to do because the client is really nice. From the first time I saw the product, I knew that was something that really resonated with the studio, the way they communicate things and the branding that they have. They also mentioned, which is really nice to hear, that they chose us to at least have a chat because they felt that our work was mixing quite well. Product with warmth and making things feel livable and not so cold as most product renders sometimes are, and that's exactly what we try to do. Honestly, we try to give some soul to our work, and in this case, hearing it from someone else that works in the industry, it really warms my heart. So that's awesome.
To come.
So today we are making a little break. It's Saturday and we're going to go to have a little something to eat at a market that we actually haven't gone to. So let's make a quick update. New week. So today we have a lot of stuff to do, to be honest. We finally received feedback, which is amazing. The feedback was like really good, so I can't complain at all. We just need to take action and just get it done, which is amazing. Remember the meeting? Well, of course you will remember because you saw it probably like 30 seconds ago, but for me 4 days have passed. We need to prepare a proposal. We are still waiting to receive the final brief, but we have to make like a rough proposal for them. We are going to probably give them like 3 different packages so they can choose from. We don't have any idea about what the budget is. We really want to do the project because the client seems really good. They really valued what we do at the studio. So yeah, that was one of the things that they mentioned. Like the studio really feels organic and not just photorealistic in a way, because we are not trying to be photorealistic. We really want to make the viewer feel something with the work we do, and they totally understood that because it was actually coming from their words, which was amazing. So before I get too long, the idea is that we are going to send 3 different proposals, going from lower to higher budget, proposing different stuff that we could do for them. The idea is to make something that feels simpler but also beautiful at a lower price. The next one will be something a little bit more complex with a bigger narrative and something that feels a little bit more crafted and curated. Probably trying to create a mood film, which is how we usually call these product films that we do. It's not just about showing how the product works, it's also about showing the inspiration behind it. The last one will be basically a bigger budget with more crazy stuff down the line, like simulations, animations, anything that we can add to enhance how everything is going to look. Probably at a longer length too. Yeah, that's basically how that's going. Besides that, I'm really need to record another Patreon video. It's been a while since I did the last one, and I really want to do that because I found like a nice technique that I usually do that I think it's going to be really worth showing. Yeah, I think that's all. Right now, I'm basically digesting the feedback. I'm going to pass it to the team in a second, and hopefully this week we can finalize that. Have you seen what I dropped there? This stuff or this stuff. Let's start with the logo. I thought that maybe I can do this by myself. It depends. Maybe if I need help, I can get somewhat cheap like to maybe help, and we can actually like round up this to 900 total for the team, or maybe I can take a little bit less money. Maybe an animator. So that will be, maybe I can get 600 here, and it makes quite a difference, those 200 euros. It won't be for the project, I will probably get him just at the end when everything is designed, I guess. So maybe 2.5 weeks, or they probably think this is going to be cheaper to what they are going to get, unless at first. That's why I want to give like some reasonable options. So for example, I try to not have 2 of them which are like super expensive, rather keep it to 1, which I will try to actually make a little bit less, because I think this could be one of those projects in which we take a cut down on our budget to actually win the job, because I don't feel this is a brand as huge as, for example, that they are going to have 8K to put into marketing stuff. Although they do have a marketing team, that's something already. And the company is still running out of just one product, so I would say they are making money, obviously. Then the tricky part here is knowing how much they are willing to spend in marketing. Like my idea here is like try and win the client. So yeah, what I've been doing, getting some examples of stuff that actually I like to do. So maybe one of the proposals, like the first one, could be getting like 5 different interior or sets. I call them sets, so we have a little bit more flexibility. Something that feels a little fresher, I guess. That's why it's called aspirational example. It will be, imagine that's flying or floating or whatever, and then it cuts to something that it's related to the process of the design of it, you know? But honestly, now that I saw these images here, I want to do something like this. I think this one, which is the diffuser video that we did, ties nicely with this stuff, obviously, like in terms of rhythm. So we have our own example. So let's try to make this worth this much, and that much, you know? That's a lovely point. Maybe this set has that, this one doesn't. I'm obviously gravitating always towards this idea because I think this is already too much, but I'm really willing to lower this down, and if they allow us to make a project like this, but we can say that right away, that's important. feel like the Captain Haddock me. This week has been a little bit rough. We have a lot of stuff going on at the same time. I have a lot of tasks to do, and I feel that I'm not doing them at the pace that I like to. Yesterday we had to take the dog to the vet to sterilize her. It was really recommended to do so to avoid further issues in the future. But yeah, it just took too long to get done, and it made us really nervous and anxious because we didn't hear from the vet in a long time. So it means that I was hardly concentrating to make anything work related how it should be. But yeah, thankfully that's all good. The dog is at home and she's recovering really well. I'm surprised by how tough dogs are. But that means that I basically lost full day yesterday. So besides exercising and making a little bit of work in the morning, I pretty much lost the day, and we had too much stuff to do at the moment. But I'm actually putting a lot of tasks on myself right now. I really think it's feasible. It's just that if you lose one day, it's a little bit hard to catch up with everything. You know, I have this little thing by Acmonk, which is called Analog. I bought this 2 years ago. It was really expensive to get that into Europe. Now I think it's way easier to get. It's basically a handheld to-do list, and it's really helpful for me when I have a lot of crap in my mind, so I don't forget what do I have to do. In this case, here I note all the tasks or things that I need to do. Some of them are for next week, and some others are for, well, most of them are for this week. So I guess just having too much stuff at the same time, also having dog issues, didn't really help. But I'm hoping I can get the Patreon video out, also send the second round of the second project that we were doing, which is now the first project, I guess. That one is turning out super beautiful. We received the feedback and it took so long to digest everything because we had so many assets. But once that's done, the feedback is really minimal and the team is doing an amazing job. So that's going to be done hopefully tomorrow, and we will send another round. Besides that, there's like 2 meetings that I need to have. One probably in person and the other one with my very good friend Anibal, which is the guy who is always helping me with the logos. Actually, he made the Blanco Boy logo, and he needs some help on some stuff that he's preparing. Let's see. I have to say it's really lovely how one day you are feeling super chill and out of nowhere you are super stressed. I'm not super stressed, I'm just a little bit tired and overworked, I guess. But I honestly love the feeling of having tasks to do. Yeah, I rather have that feeling than be procrastinating the whole day. When I have nothing to do, for me it's really easy to procrastinate and end up doing shit. So I try to put some tasks on top of my head in advance. So yeah, let's see how the weekends. I think everything will sort out nicely, but yeah, I'll see you guys in a bit.